Hello, hello! If you would like to see a video on this new portable printer, the Canon Selfie Square QX10, then stay tuned. Hey y'all, so this has been a video I've actually been looking forward to doing. I recently have been having a lot of issues with my pocket printer. I currently have, for sort of more on-the-go printing, getting it out of my bag here, I have the, stuck to the bottom, HP sprocket. Now, this is the first generation sprocket. I have been told that some of the new sprockets definitely work better. This one is super cute and it is very, very portable. You can see just by like credit card size. Let's see, I have a recent gift card. You can see by like gift card size the sprocket size. So it is definitely really small and easy to bring with you. But this particular version 1, works like poop. So I'm just gonna put that out there. Any of you that are interested in getting the one, I mean, it will print photos, but it doesn't print photos great. So we'll get into more of that later on in the video. For now, we're gonna focus on this new Canon Selfie Square. Now, there is one little caveat with this. The actual printer itself is not hard to find, and you can find it on Amazon. I purchased directly through Canon because these little packets of 20 that are the color ink label set with the actual little cartridge, these are hard to find. So I purchased direct through Canon because these were in stock and I got 4 of them. So I have, you know, the capability of doing 80 pictures right off the bat. And, you know, we'll kind of talk about price comparison and some of that stuff a little bit later. So I just wanted to say that as far as, you know, if you're sort of a bargain shopper and you're looking for it at the best price, let me get my lighting a little bit lower here. If you're looking for it at the best price, then probably the going with Amazon, you know, might not be the best choice. Currently right now, Amazon and Canon Direct are the same price. So, you know, so that's just kind of something to keep in mind that, you know, currently these are in stock at Canon. So it might just be easier, and Canon does have Amazon Pay. So just putting that out there. So anyway, so I have only taken this out of the box to charge it. I will tell you that my first impression of it was it's a lot bigger than I was expecting it to be. So let's just quickly look at it in comparison to the HP sprocket. So, and this is not really something that I'd seen in a lot of videos, so that's probably why I was a little surprised when it came and it was a little bit bigger than I expected. So if you kind of look at it like this, you know, you have a good inch on this side and probably a little bit more than an inch on this side. Thickness wise, it's definitely thicker as well. So, and you know, just kind of feeling it, it's obviously considerably larger than the sprocket, so it is heavier. Now comparing it, I do have the Canon Selfie 1300, and let me grab that for comparison. I've had this for a few years now. So this is the 1300. It's sort of more of like a mini printer, and definitely, in my opinion, not so much of a portable printer. And I'm sorry, the light just keeps going crazy. So just kind of comparing size here, this is how big the Canon Selfie is, you know, again, like another inch. Now width wise, it's considerably different. So there you go. So, you know, the Canon, this particular printer is really, really good for if I'm doing like collage printing, you know, or I need like bigger prints or anything like that. It's still been working really well for me. I know some people have complained that over time they have issues. Really, for me, the only thing that's happened over time is the this outer cover here has sort of discolored yellow a little bit, and it's not as white as it once was. That's really it. So this one works very similar as far as the ink that it uses, and you know, so it's gonna have more of that like waterproof kind of photo paper, which to me really ended up being what was the reason why I got this one, versus I definitely was not going to repurchase a sprocket. I just knew that, even though I had seen a lot of videos where people had said that their sprockets were great. I'm, you know, I've had this for a few years and it worked, but it just, to say it ever worked great, I think is a lie. So I'm just saying that. So my other option for a smaller pocket printer was the Canon Ivy. I did consider that one quite a bit, but for me the price point was really similar to this one. I mean, this one was probably $30 or plus more than the Canon Ivy. It is bigger, but I ended up going with this one more because I think the print quality in this particular printer is going to be a lot better than any of the other ones really on the market right now. So that's really why I went with this one, because I was at this point looking for more exceptional print quality. So let's go ahead and just get started, because like I said, I haven't done anything with this. I've done plenty of rambling already, which is par for the course for my channel. Y'all that follow me regularly know this. So if I was too chatty, hopefully you just zoomed on past and we're moving on. So this is the stuff that came in the container, and like I said, other than taking it out and charging it, I haven't done anything else because I really wanted this to be a real first impression. So it comes with this little cartridge, and it comes with what looks like 3 maybe pieces of paper. So thank goodness I purchased plenty of packs. I'm just looking to see. No, okay. I charged the battery, and okay, so download and install the latest version of Selfie Photo Layout from the App Store. Okay, y'all, you're about to see just how slow my internet is. So I'm not going to make y'all wait while this downloads. We'll set this aside and then we'll just move on. Let's figure this out. That was useless. Okay, so looking at it, the bottom, it says push. So I'm assuming that's for the paper, and it shows the Canon, oops, I'm out of frame, sorry. It shows the Canon print that's on the paper goes up. So I do know from experience with the Selfie not to touch the paper much. So that is something that I just learned, that your quality of your paper can be affected. So I put the 3 pages in there, and now it has this side piece that says open ink cassette. So we're gonna open that up, and there you go. Okay, so now let's, and I'm assuming this only goes in one way, like that. Y'all are learning everything with me for the first time. Yep, that's it. So, and then you just, seems like it's in. Okay. So that's that. So I have it currently loaded up with ink and such. And so in these containers, like I said, it says XS20 Selfie Square compact photo printer. So it's very similar to the Selfie 1300, where it comes with the number of pages of photo paper that it comes with the ink. So they kind of go together. So however many pages, you know, so it's 20 ink worth of photos. And these ones are sticky back, so like adhesive. All right, so we're halfway there on the app loading. So I'm gonna pause this, and when it's done, I will come back. We are back. It finally downloaded. So here it is, right here, the Canon Selfie. And so I'm loading this up, and of course, sure, skip. So it gives you the option of either the CP series. Okay, so it says turn on the power. I gotta hold it. There we go. You gotta hold it. Okay. Next. Load the paper. Already did that. Did that. Goodness. Load the cassette. I did that. Can't, wait a minute. Insert. Oh, okay, yep. Connect and register the printer using the QR code. There it is. It's on the inside of the printer right there. Okay, okay, okay. Wow. Connecting to the printer for registration. Turn on the printer and click OK when the status light changes from flashing to solid. Selfie wants to join my network. Da-da-da. The printer has been registered. Close the ink cover. Okay, and the QR code is required for re-registration, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So, select and print. So this is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna print it I'm gonna pick a picture. Actually, I'm videoing this today on my 25th wedding anniversary. So I definitely want to print one of my favorite pictures of my husband and I. Now I have to say, this is sort of where the reviews go ugly. So it had to do with how it goes through your photos, and yeah, I can see why this is a pain in the neck. Okay, this is actually the pictures that I wanted, so apparently it's in family. Well, two of my all-time favorites are this one, so I'm just gonna maybe okay, so I figured out, for whatever reason, the album that I was in, it wasn't letting me select the photo. So I literally had to scroll through hundreds of photos to find what I needed. And this is really where the reviews say this app totally stinks, which right now I have to say I agree. Unless I can find a way to put it in another album that it actually allows me to use to make it easier to print out pictures that I want from before. It's a pain to have to scroll through hundreds of pictures. So anyway, I picked 3 of my favorite ones from my husband and my trip to the Dominican, where we had our pictures for the second time in our life professionally taken together. So, and the only other time we had it done was when we got married. So here we go. I selected those 3 pictures. I'm not going to edit them. I want them to print raw. So meaning just exactly how it is. I'm not going to crop it or do anything else. I'm literally just going to tell it to print. Okay. And the printer is turned on. Can't get any closer than it is. And it's printing. It's on a flat surface. Let's see how fast it prints. So it definitely does take a little bit longer than, say, the HP Sprocket, but this is sort of like a layering process for this photo. And I have to say, okay, so I mean, that is why I purchased this printer. And I know on camera it's not going to come off as true to its color as it is, but I can tell you this is really like the closest to the natural photo that I have been able to get on any portable printer so far. So super excited about that, because that's really why I purchased this one, was for the photo quality. So I'm really excited about that. Okay, and then it's printing number 3, so this is number 2 of us, and this is just a slightly different photo. It's not one of my favorites, but it's not one that I print out a ton, so I figured I would just maybe do something a little bit different for my journaling, since I use some of the same, like I use this photo and this next photo a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to print out at least one of these on the HP Sprocket, so you can see the difference raw without doing any editing. and why, and then you'll know why it is that I decided to purchase a new pocket printer. Now, I will tell you, as far as the Canon Selfie C1300 goes, it prints photos very similar. So that's really, again, another reason why, and my camera is super blown out again. Hang on. That is really another reason why I made the decision to stick with Canon, because my Selfie really has been a good workhorse for nice quality photos. And again, you know, I got the HP sprocket because it was so tiny and so portable. Now these pictures are considerably larger than what you get on your sprocket. So these are like from start to finish, they measure just over 3¼ long by just over 2¾ wide. So they're definitely a bigger photo than what you're going to get with the HP sprocket. So let's just do a quick comparison just so that you guys can see in true form. I obviously use this one, so I already have the HP Sprocket app, which is right up here. Okay. Now the sprockets is really nice because they do have a favorites, and you know, so I can tell you that the sprocket program is much easier to find your photos than it is in the program for the Selfie. So there's that. So it's already pulled up the photo. I'm going to print it raw, unedited, without doing anything to it, the same as I just did with the Selfie Square. And so I just hit the print button and it is telling me it is now printing. And okay, it's blinking. I was like, I don't know why it's taking so long, but here it goes. So the HP Sprocket works on a different technology for the paper. So the paper definitely is not going to last nearly as long as out of paper. What? I thought I just loaded paper in this thing. There's paper in it. See, again, this is just another reason why. There's paper in it. It's just, this first generation one is just old enough that it's just too glitchy for me now. So I am kind of always battling with it to get it to work appropriately. But I love the form factor of it. So, you know, again, I think, you know, if you're looking for something that's more this size, maybe go for the Ivy. It's clearly having an issue pulling up the paper, and it's actually never done this before. And it's about to set fire on YouTube. Okay, paper jam now. I seriously have not. I've had issues with it, but I've not had these issues. Alrighty. Maybe? Yes. Hallelujah. Okay. Oh, good night. Yeah. So this is raw, and this is why this printer just is not good enough. All right, well, it's kind of tough to see, but my teeth look like I just went through a massive whitening because my teeth are like super bright white. None of the other parts of anything really are showing off white, barely at all. And you know, it's sort of like dark on the outside here, and our skin is kind of orangey. So let me show you some recent pictures that I printed on the sprocket as well. Okay, so here are some pictures that I had recently put in, and this is, I don't care if you guys see this, it's sort of like a happy journal where I post pictures and write a little bit about things. And so, you know, there's nothing in here that's going to be like major sensitive. So again, this picture actually for the sprocket didn't come out too bad. It's not like overly orangey or anything. But then this picture came out quite blown out. And then this picture came out at the Lincoln Memorial, where it has these like weird, it has this like weird bluish grayish undertone, which is not in the picture and really shouldn't have shown up like that. So it was really like these pictures, and like this one is super blown out and this one is super blown out, you know, and then they get almost like grainy looking and the definition is really poopy. So for me, I really, it was putting these pictures down in here, and I actually wrote, this picture came out so good, like when I took the picture, and I'll show you guys that picture. I thought the picture came out really good, and you know, it's just a good depiction of like my office and such, and I did keep it, you know, so it has just like nice creamy undertones to it. And here it sort of like blows it out and it's like yellow and icky, and it's just, you know, and then there's like no definition on the you know, parts of the room where I always say that word funny. My kids make fun of me. So just looking at that picture, which my camera doesn't really want to zoom in on, you know, you can see that there's more definition in the picture, and there clearly is none when the sprocket printed it out. So maybe this picture wasn't like the super bad, but it does like it really make me look like I'm wearing a ton of makeup and trying to make my skin look darker when it isn't. Although I was kind of a bit lobster red after coming back from this vacation because my skin had not seen sun in forever. Whereas this one is definitely more true to all the natural skin tones and tones. And I know it is kind of tough to see that looking at a picture through a camera lens, but there is clearly a huge difference between this Selfie Square and the HP Sprocket. So for me, first impressions are a couple things, and y'all know me, I'm super duper honest always about products that I buy so that y'all can make appropriate decisions for yourself. So just talking about the Canon Selfie Square, it's a little bit bigger than I would like it to be. It's a little bit heavier than I would like it to be. The cartridges are a little bit pricier. I want to say honestly, It's gonna probably work out to be a little over $1. Maybe, I'm trying to think. No, it's gonna be under $1 because I wanna say these were like 13 and it comes with 20. So let's do the math on that. If I do it right, it's about 65 cents per photo. So that's a bit pricey. I mean, some people will, you know, like with the sprocket, I think if you get them like on a deal through Amazon, you can really print out for more like 20 something cents. So 65 cents is pricier, but quality wise, you know, you're definitely, it's night and day as far as that goes. So, and these do have sticky backs, I forgot to mention. So you can see it's a sticky back. So, the picture is a little bit bigger. The actual picture that it prints is bigger. Now, it does have an option on there for collage. I haven't obviously played with that yet. But, you know, I mean, it's not quite twice as big is what I mean to say as the HP Sprocket. But it is definitely bigger. So just kind of keep that in mind. And the other thing is the app for this compared to the Sprocket. The app totally sucks. I want to just be straight up. I don't like needing to fish through hundreds of photos because literally that's the option it gives you. Smartphone. And then like all this stuff comes up, but then like when I clicked family, it won't let me choose anything in this particular album. Let's just choose another one. Yeah, I don't know why the family one won't work. It will let me do some of the other ones, but it's just so the things that it chooses are just so random. So, you know, it's not like dated or it's not, you know, like favorites and those types of things that I have lists that I have, you know, photos in are not there. So yeah, it's a bit frustrating because that's gonna take me a while to be able to find certain photos at times. Like if it's new photos I'm printing, it's gonna be fine and it's not an issue. But if it's an older photo that I want to reprint, then it's gonna be a pain in the neck. So, you know, hopefully they come out with a firmware change for their app. I guess, you know, we'll wait and see. But all in all, if you're looking for quality print that might be a little bit bigger and a little bit more pricier, then this is possibly for you. If not, you know, the quality for the Canon Ivy, I believe, is maybe just like a grade down from this. So maybe choose the Canon Ivy instead. It has been around for a little bit longer and it is a little bit cheaper and it is a little cheaper to print per photo. I'm gonna stick with this one. I'm not really one that jumps into returning things unless it's really bad and I absolutely hate it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stick with this one because I do really like the quality photo. And even though the app's a pain in the neck and they're a little more pricey, this is worth it to me to have good photos that will have longevity in my journal. And yeah, so that was a super long-winded sort of unboxing review of the Selfie Square. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments down below. I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And otherwise, there are lots and lots of videos for the Selfie Square that are definitely a lot more detailed and technical than mine. But feel free to watch all the videos, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Or why? I didn't say hey Siri.